Samsung Galaxy S8 camera improvements could include major changes to video. The amount of deals to get yourself an LG G6 is kind of insane, and Apple is about to make some major changes to the App Store with its future version of iOS. I'm Jaime Rivera, and this t-shirt is to commemorate the fact that I am still waiting for my Nintendo Switch USPS. Anytime now? This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals yet again. I am going to try to not behave like a fanboy, but I have really enjoyed my time with the LG G6, and if you're in the market for a new smartphone, this is probably a good way to go. Right now, if you go for AT&T, for example, there are buy one, get one free deals. If you go for T-Mobile, it's at just $650. And then we've got Verizon deals coming around the corner tomorrow. And bear in mind, all these deals include a Google Home in the bundle. I would highly suggest you consider, definitely. Let's talk about HTC, as the company has begun teasing something to happen on March 20th. But the interesting part is that, number one, it's only being announced in Taiwan. It's only on the Taiwanese Facebook website. And the other thing is that it says that spring is coming, which we kind of know. So the question is exactly what is it that we're getting that's not the spring? In a place like New York, for example, where it keeps snowing, and I'm sure in the rest of the world the weather's just crazy. Now, out of all ironies, following the fact that you rarely can get the latest and greatest version of Android, even on Nexus devices in some cases, we hear that the Google Assistant is not for everyone. Bear in mind, we still don't know exactly what Google is doing here, but apparently the Google Assistant is not going to launch on tablets, or at least not now. Not exactly sure why, or if it's just the fact that you're going to wait. But even if you have Google-made tablets, you can't get the Google Assistant. This is rather weird. Now, how about if we talk about Apple as even though we don't know if the next version of iOS is going to be called iOS 11, what we do know is the company has begun telling consumers that if they're running applications that won't be compatible with the next version of iOS, that application will not work. And apparently we're talking about almost 200,000 applications, 187,000 to be exact, which means that developers will either have to update their applications or they simply will lose support, and the application will simply not work on this new version of iOS. Makes a lot of sense. There are a ton of apps over there that are just abandoned. It would make sense for Apple to just clean them up if necessary, but hey, we'll see what happens. And finally, a very interesting news today have to do with the Samsung Galaxy S8. Samsung has made it a big deal for cameras to play a big role on their Galaxy smartphone since the Galaxy S6, or pretty much since the Galaxy Note 4. That's all great. Apparently, the company plans to innovate again on video to a certain degree. You saw how Sony and its Xperia Z, XZ, Premium, I hate these names, I always get confused, but we know that it's got this high frame rate slow motion video. Apparently Samsung is planning to do something close to the same, 1,000 frames per second in its capabilities of recording. Now, we're not exactly sure what resolution that will be, but it's great to see that Samsung continues to push the bar. That's awesome. The only thing is, I have a question for you all today. How often do you record slow motion video? Is it something you care about? In my case, I actually care more about time-lapse videos than slow motion. They're cool and all, it's just, I rarely use them. Leave us a comment down below, we'd love to know your opinion. Friends, you know the way it goes. If you want to get the news earlier before the video is filmed, follow us on Pocketnow.com and hit that subscribe button down below for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.